Okay, so we're diving into the diviners this time. I know from your request that powerful characters and stories that make you think, those are kind of your thing, right?
Absolutely, those are always fascinating.
Well, this book by Margaret Laurence, it's considered really important in Canadian literature.
Oh, for sure.
So let's see what makes it so special, huh?
Sounds good.
The main character is Morag Gunn, and right away she's described as fiercely independent.
Yeah, she's quite a character.
What made her that way, would you say?
Well, Morag's had it rough, even as a kid. Her parents weren't around, so she was raised by her grandfather. And the town they lived in, it was struggling. Lots of poverty.
Tough start?
It was. And those experiences, they definitely made her tough, resilient. But it also left her, kind of feeling like she didn't belong anywhere.
I can see that. Now, I noticed the Manawaka River keeps coming up.
Oh, yeah.
It's more than just a setting in the book, isn't it?
You're right. Lawrence uses the river to symbolize the way time keeps moving and how life's always changes, just like a river shapes the land around it. Morag's experiences shape who she becomes. It adds this whole other level to her journey of finding herself.
Makes you think about places that have shaped your own life, doesn't it?
Definitely. It makes it very relatable.
And that journey, it doesn't unfold in a straight line, does it?
Nope, not at all. The Diviners jumps around in time. One minute we're seeing Morag as an adult, and the next we're back in her childhood. You have to piece it all together as you read.
Sounds intriguing.
Oh, it is. We see glimpses of her relationship with Jules Tonnerre, who is Matisse. Their love story is so passionate but also troubled, especially because of the prejudices back then.
Makes sense given the time period.
Yeah, and these flashbacks, they're not just about filling in the timeline. They help us understand why Morag makes the choices she does later in life.
It all connects.
Exactly.
Which brings us to cultural identity. That seems like a big theme here.
Huge, yeah. Morag being Matisse, that's a core part of who she is, but she's also grown up surrounded by white culture, and it's a real struggle for her to reconcile those two parts of herself.
A universal struggle, I think. Many people feel caught between different cultures.
For sure. And Lawrence captures that search for belonging so well. No matter what your background is, you can connect with that feeling.
So we've got a strong woman marked by hardship, a symbolic setting that mirrors her life, and a story that keeps jumping through time. What other big themes should we watch for?
Well, family relationships are key too. Morag's bond with her daughter, Peak, it reflects a lot of the complicated feelings she had with her own parents.
Interesting.
Lawrence is really digging into how families work, how the hurts of the past can keep affecting people generations later.
Great, powerful stuff.
Definitely.
The Divider sounds like a book that really makes you think. But it is a longer, more complex novel, right?
It is, but that's part of what makes it so amazing. Lawrence's writing, it's full of these beautiful images and metaphors. You have to pay attention, but it's worth it. Every sentence is like a little gem you can savor.
Sounds like it's worth the effort.
It totally is, trust me.
You mentioned earlier how Morag's search for belonging is something we can all relate to. It goes beyond just being Canadian, doesn't it?
Absolutely. The story takes place in Canada, so the history and the landscape, those are important parts of it. But at its heart, The Dividers is about a human being trying to figure out where they fit in the world. Anyone who's ever felt lost or unsure of themselves, they can connect with that. That's why this book is considered a classic.
It transcends time and place.
Exactly.
You convinced me. This one's going on my to-read list right away.
Awesome. I think you'll really enjoy it.
Have a feeling I will. So, to all of you listening, if you're interested in The Dividers, definitely check it out. And as you follow Morag on her journey, think about this. What would you say is the most important moment in your own story? How has that moment shaped who you are today? Let us know what you discover. Oh, happy reading.